Hi, I'm Megan, and this is Monica, and we are with the Speech Space, which is a pediatric speech therapy clinic in Washington, D.C. We've had a lot of questions about communication development at various ages, so we decided to focus in on the age range of 18 months to 2 years old today. The first area that we will talk about will be language development. Your child's language has two pieces to it, the receptive language and expressive language. Receptive language is how much they are able to understand what's being said to them. Some things that they should be able to do at this age would be things like understanding two-step directions, things like go get your shoes and put them on the floor, or take your milk and put it on the table. Those are some simple and familiar two-step directions that they should be able to follow through with. Additionally, they should understand simple questions. The easiest kinds of questions to understand are yes/no questions. Do you want milk? Is this a ball? Things like that. But they should also start understanding some simple WH questions, things like who's that, or where is your blanket? And then they go and get it. Additionally, they should be able to identify at least 4 body parts. I know that we both tend to focus on bigger body parts at this age, things like their head, their tummy, their feet, their nose, but you can really focus on any one that you want, whatever it is that you choose. They should just at least be able to identify 4. They should also be able to pick out some familiar objects if they are kind of all over the place. So if you guys are playing with a bunch of different toys, they should be able to find the ball versus the cup versus the block and be able to bring it to you or show it to you. And the last thing that kind of they should be able to understand is action words. Things like go, play, run, up, blow, things like that should be things that they should understand and be able to do. And now Monica's going to talk about expressive language.
So just like Megan was talking about how your child should understand a bunch of these concepts, they should also be able to start using them too. And so the expressive part of language is the words that your child's using to communicate with you. So a child at this age should have 200 words, and within those 200 words, they should be using nouns and verbs, but things like common objects, their favorite toys, their food that they eat, furniture in your house maybe, actions like Megan was talking about that they should understand, they should also be able to use. And then people that are familiar to their life, even sometimes people that maybe aren't always in your life, like grandma and grandpa, aunts and uncles, they should be able to kind of name them in a picture if you see them frequently enough. But they should certainly be able to name everyone who's living in your house. And then also within that 200 words, your child should start putting 2 words together. So like mommy go, daddy up, want milk, that type of thing. And then your child should also start, when they're asking you questions or making comments or during play, they should start using personal pronouns like my, me, or calling themselves by their name. And then something else that's really important to look for, that we always are kind of checking in with families, is to make sure that your child's vocabulary or their use of words is always growing. So from 1 month to the next, you should always be seeing new words added to your child's vocabulary. And so the next piece that we're going to talk about is the speech piece, or the articulation piece.
So like Monica just said, articulation is the way that your child produces sounds. This is usually one of the first things that parents contact us about as kids get older, is because you can usually really hear a difference between, words that your child can say and words that they cannot say. So things that they should be able to do between the age of 18 months to 2 years old is they should definitely have all vowel sounds like o, e, things like that. They should have the consonants m, b, p, n, t, and d. Those should all be really good, solid sounds that they have. They should be putting together at least 25 different phonemes. So phonemes are a combination of a vowel and a consonant. They could be things where the consonant comes first, things like ba or boo or me or moo, but they could also be where the consonant is last and the vowel is first, things like out, in, up. So they should have at least 25 different of those sounds. Additionally, they should have different phonemes for different words. So if your child is saying more and milk, it shouldn't all just come out like ma, ma, ma. There should be a slight difference, like mo for more and me for milk. They should also be using the beginning consonants in some single words. So if they're saying ball, they shouldn't say all, they should say ba. Or if they're saying milk, they shouldn't be saying ik, they should be saying me. And then the last piece is kind of intonation, and that's kind of what they sound like. So if they're using 2 words, or even if they're using more words, the intonation shouldn't just go along flat. If they're asking a question, it should go up at the end, like, want milk? Or if they're really excited, the intonation should also go up a little bit throughout, where they should be really excited. It shouldn't just be flat the whole time. And then the last piece that we're going to talk about is play, and Monica's going to talk about play.
So play is really important. It's the foundation of everything. So we're always looking at how is a child playing, because that can be a good indication of is there something going on with their skills. So at this age, children should be able to pick up when you request them to. Of course, at this age, they're also trying to exert their independence, but in general, they should understand the direction of when you're asking them to clean up, or it's time to clean up, or the routine of cleaning up. They should get that and be able to do that. Another thing is with maybe their favorite toys, or toys in general that they're familiar with. If it's broken, or it looks broken, or it seems not to be working, or maybe the batteries are not working, as we often tell them, they should try to fix it, whether it's, they're flipping around the toy to figure out why is it not working, or they, bring it to you and ask for help, or they're taking a tool that they've seen you use with that toy to fix it. They should be doing something like that to try to fix the broken toy. Something else that they should start doing is some pretend play. So they should start doing pretend play with things that are familiar to them, or routines that are familiar to them. So maybe they see you vacuuming, or they see you sweeping, or wiping down the tables. They should go ahead and start pretending to do that. A big one for this age is pretending to eat, or pretending to cook. And so a lot of times the kids we play with, they will start cutting up vegetables if you show them how to do that. Pretend food, of course, not real nice. And so they should start doing more pretend play with adults and even children that they're familiar with. And then the other piece to the play is that around this age, children should really start trying to engage with other children a lot more than they normally would have before this age. And so you should see your child starting to kind of be a little bit more observant to see what other kids are doing and trying to join in, or showing interest about what other kids might be doing and trying to join in. They might not necessarily, have a big conversation back and forth, or have a lot of turns, or maybe the turns don't go so well, but they should at least be attempting to do that. So
that's everything that we have, and we hope that you found some of our information beneficial. If you have any questions, feel free to email us. Our email is info@thespeechspacedc.com, and check back again later on for communication development at later ages. Thanks.
bye.
Bye.